Bam! Welcome to the show tonight. Advocates for Justice, the Legal School. We provide the tools, you do the work. I'm Coach Neighbors, and today we're going to be talking about the Prosecutor Eliminator package, or on my website, it's called the Prosecutor Lawsuit package with sanctions or something. We're going to change that tonight to make them both be the same so people won't get confused. Welcome to the show, and let's just get rolling. We got Zelda Lane, who left a message a long time ago. She was excited about being here. Welcome, Deanna. Welcome to the show tonight. We're going to rock and roll. Just get everything lined up here. So tonight we're going to review their prosecutor elimination package for the folks are using to stop these criminal prosecutions where there's no injured party and no damage to property. And I had a couple of new people that invested in the package this week. One person is working to get his 17-year-old son out of jail. They've been in jail for 2 years on some, on some crap. It's just sad how many people are locked up that didn't injure anybody or damage anybody's property. They're locked up on statutory criminal crap, and the statutory stuff is not a valid law. Statutes and codes are not a valid law because they do not have the 3 elements necessary: the enacting clause, the title or body. And by the way, my best friend bought me a little bling bling that I can use when I'm doing that right cross, and add a little weight to that right cross. So you guys are see me wearing my fancy stuff here every once in a while. Not used to wearing fancy stuff, but I guess I can get used to it if my best friend hooks me up. So thanks, best friend. I appreciate it. Okay, now let's get back to work. I'm goofing off now. I'm going to have to write myself up for slacking. The prosecutor eliminated package, the new package is fire. If you guys are facing this problem, we're going to suggest that you get over to my website at winningcourtnow.com. Check out the description of the package. You can also go to my YouTube channel and check out the instructional video for the package, which is what you should do anytime that you invest in one of my packages. Now, if you have a state court process already going, then you're going to need to review the updated instructional video that's only found in the instructional video playlist. That updated instructional video walks you through the process that you need to smash the state court procedures. And it's really important to watch that. And you also need to watch the instructional video for the lawsuit package that you invest in. One other thing, guys, if you're here from Facebook, please go to the URL across the bottom of the screen and give StreamYard permission to use your Facebook username. Otherwise, you show as Facebook user when you make a comment. Yeah, we're gonna. Now, there is the URL to my website that if anybody needs to go there and take a look at any of the stuff that we have to offer, I'll just let it roll across the bottom of the screen for a minute. Okay, time's up. I'm going to get back to comments. Hey, Ed, what's up, man? Welcome to the show tonight. Well, Donna, my stuff is for foreclosure evictions. So that's what my stuff is structured for. It's not structured for landlord tenant. But if you understand how we control the court, then you would be able to use it if you put it together yourself. Anything is possible, but there's not much to. I mean, there's not, in my opinion, there's not much to appeal. I mean, you're anytime, and this is we're going to talk about this later on tonight. Anytime you're asking them to rule on something for you, you might as well kiss your ass goodbye because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They're all making bank doing what they're doing, and they're not going to unless you bring some fire up in their face. With then they're not going to do nothing. They're just going to keep moving forward. So what we're teaching people here is how to control the court with the court's process. People need to understand that the day-to-day process and procedures that the state uses violate your due process. That's what we sue for. We don't sue for the foreclosure lies or none of that crap. We sue for the due process violation that occurred, the due process violation that they used to line your butt up in their court to take your stuff. So, and they can't argue that. So they can't. I haven't seen them argue it yet. So Diane, you can do, Deanna, you can do whatever you need to do, but my stuff's not structured for that. But you can change it to do whatever you need to do. But you have a very short amount of time to clog up their wills. They're so used to just mowing everybody down. So let's get rolling. We got a lot to talk about tonight. So I'm also going to review the counterclaim process because some people they didn't understand some of the small things that we didn't make a big deal about. And those small things are huge. And so we're going to talk about them. But before we get started on that stuff, I need you guys to click on those ads so I can get paid, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that I can also get paid. Because the more subscribers I have, the more I'll be able to make from the ads on my channel. So now I'm going to share the screen and show you the prosecutor elimination package. On my website, it's called the prosecutor lawsuit sanction package or something. I'm going to change that later tonight after we get done with this stream so that they both show the same thing. And you guys saw the link to the website, winningcourtnow.com. Now, when you go to my website, I have one prosecutor eliminated package showing that it's out of stock. Move up to the next one. There's one there. These are downloads, okay? They're in stock. The reason that is showing that way is because the link from that page was put in other pages a long time ago. And I found if I delete stuff, it kills that link that's in the other page. I don't know what page it is until it shows an error on my website. And then I have to pay somebody to take care of that stuff. So, kicking my own self. So, so we're not doing that no more. So that's why it's showing that way. So check out the other stuff. There's one on there that's ready to go. Now I'm going to do a screen share and I'm going to show you guys the document titles. I'm not going to open the documents up and take a whole lot of time because I did that in the instructional video. In the instructional video, I open up the documents and I show you the front page of them and we talk a little bit about what you need to know and all of that. I'm just going to open it up and show you the titles and then kind of show you what documents that I would maybe use first and the game plan for doing that. And then we're going to talk about the counterclaim situation. So let's just get started here with the screen share. Maybe. They've changed some. Okay, here we go. They changed the settings a little bit, but we got it. Okay, so this is what it looks like. The file looks like when you get it, and like I said, I'm going to change. I'm going to change the name so that the name matches the name that I'm using on my website. Now, this zip file you cannot open with your phone. So I just want to tell you that no one can open it on their phone. So this is the package here. Now, we're going to talk about what I would file first, and then I'll go over kind of each one. This is the first one that I would file, the prosecutor sanction. Well, no, that's a default. Here you go, right here. The new inventory sanction prosecutor. This now you're only going to add the prosecutor to this, not the state, not all those other people. This is just for the prosecutor. Now, in this sanction motion, you're going after them for their failure to follow Rule 11, which is a rule they're supposed to be followed, blah, blah, blah. But you're also challenging the court's jurisdiction based on the fact that the statute that they say you violated, their criminal statute, is not a valid law. It's not a valid law. It does not have a title. It does not have a body. It does not have an enacting clause. Those are the three things that must be present for something to be a valid law. And so you're going to, now this is down here is the actual lawsuit package that you're going to be using. These other documents are other documents that you'll also be using if you need to. Now, you don't want to file a whole bunch of stuff at one time. If it was me, I would file the prosecutor's sanction motion against the prosecutor for, I think it's 3.5 million is written in there in red ink, and anything in red ink you can change. So you can put the amount that you want to go after the prosecutor for. This allows you, it's not a counterclaim, but it's like a mini lawsuit inside of a lawsuit. If that makes, nobody does this, but we do. And so basically, this is the way that you can file your mini lawsuit in their claim without having to pay filing fees or doing a bunch of stuff. Now, here's the problem that the prosecutor is going to have. Number one, the prosecutor is not allowed to litigate a case they're a party to. And you just made them a party to their own case. I wonder why attorneys can't figure out how to do this kind of to these people. Okay, I don't want to get into that. That's another video. So that's why you want to blow up the case. You want to take control of the state case before you get your stuff filed in federal court. And this allows you a little more time. And now once you do this, you can file the sanction motion against the prosecutor. And then you can come in with the 42 U.S.C. 1983 lawsuit. But you can turn it into a counterclaim, and you can file it in their case also. But if you do that, you want to make sure that you add the state, because the state is the one paying the judge to steal your property. The state is the one that's that's paying the judge to lock you up, and the state. Yeah, so the judge has conflict of interest and the whole bunch. So you can file this. Now I would leave it 42 U.S.C. Just change the top heading to reflect state court and leave everything federal the same. Now they're going to, oh, you can't file federal. Oh, but you can. There's no difference between filing federal case law in state court than there is between filing Supreme Court case law or in the lower courts. They don't like it because obviously they can't argue it and they have to go back to the table because all the stuff that they filed in state court is all state and you can't file state in federal. It doesn't go that way. So, and then you can also file this 42 U.S.C. in federal court, which is where you're going to be doing, that's where you're going to be going anyway. Now, you need to remember that this stuff you're filing in state court is not, you're not filing this stuff in state court to litigate anything or to answer or any of that. You're filing this in state court to stop their process and set their boat on fire. That's what you're filing it for. Now, once you get your stuff filed in federal court, then you can move that stuff over. You can move it all over because the judge on the state court level has a conflict of interest because he's paying by the state, and the state is the one that is doing all of this stuff to you based off of their statutes and codes. And if you look up what a statute and code is, you'll find out that it's a policy. It's not a law. So now you have the prosecutor sanctioned jurisdictional challenge. You can file that. Also, I stack this up on their asses. So you can file that also. Now, the prosecutor is not going to be able to respond to the sanction motion because they don't have jurisdiction and they didn't follow Rule 11 because they're coming after you with stuff that's not valid laws. So they're not going to be able to follow it. Now, the ring strategy is what I put together. I put it together actually for a foreclosure process, but it's can be used for any process, and that's why I included it here. Now, the ring strategy outlines all the steps collectively that people have had to do to get this process done. And the reason that I included it is so people can look at it and see what other people have done. So say they're stalling you. Okay, what was the last thing you did? So you did this up here. Other people are doing this, and this. Now, see, that's how that works. So we included that. We also included a motion for a hearing request on the sanction motion, which, like I said, is just to screw with them. Because like I said, we're not going to litigate any of this in state court. Now, most people don't even file this. So far, the package is undefeated, 3-0 or 4-0, and the people that used it, they were not able to tell me how it ended, but they said they love me and they're very happy that they found me. So I know what that means. That means they had signed something saying they're going to keep their mouth shut about how bad they kicked these people's ass. So that's pretty much what that means. Oh, the top documents up here, the United States Affidavit of State Citizenship and Diplomatic Immunity. The Diplomatic Immunity PDF outlines how you need to fill out this Affidavit of State Citizenship document so that you can mail it in and get your passport showing that you are a state citizen of the Republic, state of whatever state you were born in. Or if you were not born in the state, then you would want to get something from your state showing that you were born there. And the reason you're doing this is to prove that you're not a U.S. citizen. U.S. citizens are subject to statutory BS, and you're not a U.S. citizen. Actually, nobody can be a U.S. citizen because nobody can be born in a fake corporation. There, I said it. Nobody can be a U.S. citizen. So all of that stuff is that stuff. Now, this is the affidavit of state citizenship is not going to help you in your case. The reason that I included this was to protect people on the backside. In between them going and sitting down, people were getting harassed by the popo in some places. So when the cops pull you over and you hand them that passport and they run that passport, you come back as not in their jurisdiction. So it's almost like having diplomatic immunity. Now, if I were you, this is something that I would do to all of my kids, especially if your kids are teenagers and are being harassed by the police or whatever, because this simple move will will change things if there's no injured party or no damaged property. Having this simple move will change the course of the police action when they pull your kid over. And the inventory motion for summary judgment, I included that because they're not going to be able to answer to anything that you get from me. So I'm just saying, that's pretty much everything. Now, well, we're going to click on that and you'll see what you get with the lawsuit package. So you'll be able to see that I spared no expense on this package. And it's the most expensive package that I have, but it also carries the most punching power, especially if you're facing going to jail. And then they take your stuff. They send you to jail and then they take your stuff while you're in jail. I know how it goes. I've been there, done that. This package is what I'm going to use if they come and get in my face again or give me a hard time. Now, the Traffic 42 package is set up for them violating statutes and codes. You can use it for violating statutes and codes, or you can use it for violating anything that they did to violate. Most of the time, it's a statute or code that they used to jam you up. So you can also use this for civil stuff. You'll have to change the reason why you're at the table, but it's structured to state a claim. And remember that you're going after them for the state process, not the lies. So you're going after them for the state process, the day-to-day process they use that violates your due process and line you up in their sites to take your stuff. Let's get back to work. Yep, I'm sure they did. If there's a court process against you and there's no injured party or damaged property, then they're violating you. And most people don't realize that you're getting violated at the gate. If you're in foreclosure, you're getting violated because they didn't deliver your deed to you as the laws mandate they were supposed to. And by them taking your property deed and putting it in their office, allowed the very first lien to be put against your property, and that was the illegal mortgage lien, because the fact they accepted your signature for it proves that you owned it already before you or someone else would have had to sign. So we just like to keep it simple. You're welcome. You are welcome. This is what I do. Welcome, Dream Killer. So when you guys are in my program, you need to remember to take your time and get the stuff filed. If you're doing the criminal stuff, you need to take your time and get this filed, because if you don't, it's like kicking the beehive. When you kick that beehive, you better have your shit lined up where you need to have it, so that you can keep kicking it. Let it roll down the hill. So keep that in mind. Take your time. You're not going against, so you cannot use my stuff as like it was conventional. So you're not trying to do everything like you was doing the conventional. You need to get one punch lined up at a time. One punch at a time. People who file a whole bunch of stuff, especially if your shit is badass, people who file a whole bunch of stuff show fear. And you don't need that here. You don't need that here. As a matter of fact, when you talk to these people, the only thing that you should be talking about is what's on that paper. Now, some people are looking at, like, one person told me they were going to file the lawsuit for the Tucker's Act or something. I don't even know how they got that. That was something we used a very long time ago. The Administrative Procedures Act. We used that for none of that stuff matters. Anytime you're filing something that you're asking their ass to rule on, you might as well just go throw your shit in the yard or lock yourself up in their jail. I'm just saying. None of that stuff that we were doing a long time ago. People need to check the video. You need to make sure that you're watching updated videos. And if you're new to the program, then you need to be spending your time watching the instructional video in the instructional video playlist and the updated instructional video in the instructional video playlist. That's it. That's all you should be watching until you get your stuff perfected, served, filed, all of that. That's it. That's all. You should not be watching all that other stuff. People watch all that other stuff, and then now they're trying to do everything. So they're going to do 400 videos worth of stuff in one video, and they just got in the door, and they haven't even started. Oh, all of a sudden, it's a big, you just turn into a big stinking, so I think you guys understand what I'm saying here, right? You can't do everything. If you're new, you should be focusing on the instructional videos and the updated instructional videos, and anything updated, that's what you should be focusing on. Now, after you get your stuff served and all of that, then if it was me, I would want to know how to kick the judge's butt. Okay, but that's what it's going to come down to. The judge is going to be the one to throw your shit out for them. Okay, so you need to be learning, and I have several videos on how to respond to the judge and how to talk crap in the judge's face. Like, yeah, I got it. It's on the YouTube channel. Now let's talk a minute about the counterclaim process. I don't want to go very long because it's, I just want to try to keep it short. The counterclaim process. Now, when I made the counterclaim video, one of the things that I said is, if you're facing the eviction process or you're facing, getting your head chopped off in criminal court or whatever, you don't have time to do the counterclaim. To stop the eviction process, you have to file a lawsuit in state court, and you have to file the lawsuit in federal court. You can't just do one. And the reason why you have to file in state court and not eviction court, and if the eviction is in state court, you still have to file in state court against state court players, is because the federal court's too far away. And those fools were like giving them time and stalling, giving them time to get you in the eviction process. So if you're facing the foreclosure eviction process or worse in the criminal situation, the best way to stop that process is to file a lawsuit in both courts, in state court and in federal court. That's what I said, but I didn't make a big deal about it, and people are missing that. So people in the eviction process are just filing a counterclaim, and they're almost at the end of the cliff. No, you need to file a real lawsuit in state court. File that paper in state court and in federal court. So that's how that has to be done. Now, the fools in federal court, they don't want your shit there. Okay, they don't want your stuff there. So you need to remember that the state court judge has a conflict of interest, because the state court judge is being paid by the state, and the state is the one that's commandeering this situation, whether it be locking your ass up for criminal BS or them taking your property. The state is the one behind both of those. So you need to make sure that you know that, because a lot of times communication takes place in the clerk's face, and people don't say the right thing. And then the clerk you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Now, the other thing that I would do too, if you're about to get pushed off the cliff or not, is I would send everything that I file, I would have it put on the public record. I think it costs like $10 or something to have a document placed in the public record. They stamp it with this weird stamp thing. Then I would mail a registered mail or priority mail, some kind of mail, so they have to sign for it. I would mail it to the judge. And on the top of it, I would write in black marker, chamber copy, and send that to the judge. Even before you get it file stamped or anything. And the reason you're doing that is because you want them to read your stuff. The clerk runs the show. The clerk's number one job is to protect the court's money. And now, if you understand that, then you should understand why the clerk is giving people so much shit when they're trying to file their stuff. The clerk's job. Now, if the clerk's giving you a hard time, what you need to do, and actually you need to do this before the clerk gives you a hard time so you can stick it in their face. What you need to do is figure out where the statute is for the filing requirements for your state. When you look up that filing requirement statute for your state, you'll find out that the requirements are very liberal. Well, so where the hell they come up with all these rules and all this bullshit that they want you to do? Well, they pulled it out of the out of the hat. They pulled it out of the hat. Yeah, it's called the local rules. The local rules are for attorneys. The local rules are not connected to the federal rules of civil procedure, nor are they connected to the Constitution. And the goal of the local rules, in my opinion, is to speed that shit up in court. So anybody knows that if they're hurrying you up in court, oh, yep, that's exactly what they do. You're getting the shaft. So the Prosecutor Eliminator package is the new fire that people are using to take care of the problems that they're having. And if you guys invest in that package, please make sure that you watch the updated instructional video. And you want to watch the updated instructional video if you have a court process already going. You also need to watch the instructional video for the lawsuit packages that you invest in. And I'm just going to go out on a limb right now. Once you click that download button, the deal's the deal. There's no money back. I'm just going to tell you now. I've been getting scammed by a couple of people, and I'm about to put a program together for that so that I can go after these people that want to scam me with my breach contract lawsuit. Once you accept once you click pay and click the download button, you are making a contractual agreement to accept my educational material. And there's no, once the download goes to your computer, there's no refund. So that's it. And anybody who tries to get a refund after the fact, like I have a couple of people, Mr. Murdoch is one right now, who 4 months later used my package to stop the credit card people. 4 months later, he's going to file a claim with the bank that I ripped him off. So yeah, I don't know why people think that it's a good idea to screw with me, because I'm not very much fun. You can ask the people that are using my stuff. It's not going to be very much fun. So and that's sad that people want to do that, because I'm saving people their house, their gain sharing, all of that stuff. But still, some people think they're smarter than me. So it's on. So if you decide you wanna scam me, I'm going to number one thing that's going to happen for the scammers is you're going to lose your privacy rights to your information, all of your information that I have, your address, your everything. And I will use that in my video, because I'm going to have a playlist for these people so that people can go watch what happens to them, and I'm going to follow along the process so that people can see how it works out when you think you're smarter than me and you want to rip me off. So. Yep. That's how we do it. And in my program, we're not trying to win. We ain't trying, how you going to win something and get the judge to give you something? Shit, the judge is getting paid. The judge is pissed off too. Oh, wait, you're suing the judge. The judge can't give you nothing. You're suing the judge. So in my program, we ain't messing around. And you can't use my stuff like it's conventional stuff. You need to watch the instructional video so you'll learn how to lay it down when you get started. It's going to make a big difference in the end. how well you get done what you need to be getting done. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for the privilege of sharing your time, and I'm going to be posting another video tomorrow outlining the steps in the counterclaim situation, and we're going to talk about a few mistakes that people are making so that people can stop making them. So other people won't be making them. So we're going to cover that in the video that I'm going to post tomorrow. Thank you guys for sharing your time, and I'll see you in the next stream.